Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. We're going to quickly jump into CoinGecko here. We're currently sitting at a $1.68 trillion market cap. We're down 11.5%. Looking at the top 10 here, we have Bitcoin sitting at $35,000. Ethereum sitting at $2,400. Tether is Tether. Binance Coin sitting at $3.59. Cardano sitting at $1.08. Solana sitting at 93. XRP sitting at 58 cents, down 15.3% over a 24-hour period, 25% within the past 7 days. Terra sitting at 60.65, DOT sitting at 17.75, and so on. As you can see, there's so much red in the market. There's been so much fear and FUD that's been taking place in our market. We're currently sitting at a 13 on the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. Obviously, we saw this at a 10 in our past weeks, but as you can see, we've been in this range for weeks. There's so much fear in the market. Coming over here, I wanted to start with Blockchain Backer. He says, whew, what an overnight move. Hopefully that is it for this leg. So he puts up his technical analysis. And obviously, Blockchain Backer is one of the rare analysts out there that believe Bitcoin is in a bear market. And he's just waiting for, a bounce and then a retracement to get the altcoins rallying. So I like to utilize, different lenses when it comes to utilizing different, TA analyst and fundamental analyst and kind of compare and contrast and then kind of formulate my own investment strategy. But I highly value Blockchain Backer's input. So coming over here, I thought what Johnny Deaton had tweeted was pretty powerful. It says, as Charles Gasparino points out, the chairman of the SEC prefaces each statement with this disclaimer: everything the chairman everything that chairman or SEC staff says can't be considered a statement of the SEC. Therefore, in reality, the only time the SEC officially speaks is through an enforcement action. I think that's pretty silly. So anytime they come out and speak, like, why do they have to give this disclaimer that this stuff doesn't represent the statement of the SEC? Then why are you coming out speaking in general? Why are you wasting taxpayer dollars to just give your personal opinion? It makes no sense. Coming over here, James K. Flynn, he says, breaking. The SEC files motion requesting until February 17, 2022 to file a motion for partial reconsideration of the DPP ruling and asks to file 20-page brief and to submit more documents for in-camera review in support of motion to reconsider. He says the SEC seeks partial reconsiderations of only only a single aspect of the order relating to drafts and emails in connection with the June 14, 2018 speech by Director Bill Hinman, as we call, the Ethereum free pass speech. It says Ripple has objected to the SEC's request. What? What are they doing? Coming down here even more. Actually, we're gonna cover this next here. We're gonna come here. James Kim Flynn also tweeted. He says the SEC has also requested an extension of time for Judge Torres to file objections to Judge Netburn's DPP ruling. The SEC had two different routes to take in response to Judge Netburn's DPP ruling. First, it could have requested that Judge Netburn reconsider her ruling, or second, it could have filed objections to Judge Netburn's ruling directly with Judge Torres, which is basically an appeal. But both the motion for reconsideration and the objection have to be filed within 14 days of Judge Netburn's original ruling. So what the SEC is doing is asking Judge Torres to wait until 21 days after Judge Netburn rules on the motion for reconsideration before the SEC must file its objections directly with Judge Torres. The SEC is desperately trying not to have to turn over the documents to Ripple. What? Like, I'm blown away by what is their strategy here? What is their plan? They do realize that there's over 60,000 XRP investors and Ripple investors that are being affected by their actions. And they're trying to push things further and further. And they're trying to further suppress information and documents. This redaction stuff and this hiding stuff, it's literally destroying lives. It's ruining lives. You got Jay Clayton that comes and drops an SEC lawsuit on Ripple and the XRP community and investors days before Christmas in 2020, and then you're carrying and dragging this case this long, and you're trying to extend it even more. XRP Crypto Wolf says, what is the SEC trying to achieve with all these delays? What the F? Like, seriously, what is going on? So coming back to touch on what was said here, we're going to come over here. Let's come over. Let's come down here. So it says, this is Max Tilt. He says, Is it just me, or does this paragraph mean the opposite of someone's personal opinion? It seems like the speech was discussed widely across the agency, incredibly well thought out, almost like they orchestrated it to provide guidance. So David Schwartz also was reacting to this same document here. It says, "I choked on my Diet Coke as I read this." So coming in here, this is what they're talking about. It says the SEC respectfully submits that these additional documents clarify the truly deliberative nature of the discussion surrounding the speech across the SEC and show that the speech was not merely peripheral to actual policy formulation, but was in fact an essential link in the SEC's deliberative process with respect to Ether and other digital assets. The SEC therefore seeks to submit for an in-camera review of the entire set of 66 documents. Really? Even Stefan Huber says the SEC admits now that it wasn't Bill Hinman's personal opinion. This has to stop now. Like, yeah, what? You guys you're making a fool of the United States and the SEC. And not only that, you're slapping the so-called investors you're set out to protect in the face. You're destroying lives out here. You're ruining people's lives. What is going on with what is their plan? What are they doing? I came over here with a tweet from Stuart Alderadi. It says, "We've reached the do as I say, not as I do stage of the lawsuit with the latest from the SEC." Like, seriously, do as I say, not as I do. This is unreal. Coming over here, Crypto Law, Johnny Deaton's Crypto Law had tweeted this. It says, what is the SEC hiding? Their fight to stop the release of Hinman speech documents in court has become a flashing red light. Enough is enough. Demand Congress to investigate this. So then they had this video here. We're going to play it here.
In 2018, then SEC official Bill Hinman gave a speech declaring that Ether is not a security.
We believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
He made us believe it was guidance to the market.
It was the first time we had expressed to the world that we didn't view Ether as a security.
But Gary Gensler's SEC says this speech was not guidance. That's not what the markets thought.
The SEC has started to weigh in. Just last week, Bill Hinman communicated that Ether was considered a commodity, not a security.
Even then, SEC Commissioner Robert Jackson made us think it was guidance to the market.
He gave a speech where he laid out, here's how we think about this, and gave a set of principles that the market can follow.
From time to time, the SEC does its best work, not through the cumbersome and formal rulemaking process, but instead by talking to the market. Help me understand how to do this right. And we're working on it. Hinman gave his speech.
And all the while, Bill Hinman was being paid $15 million from a law firm promoting Ethereum. Then Hinman left the SEC to be a partner at the biggest crypto investment fund. Why did Bill Hinman give that speech? How many millions of reasons did he have? It's time for an investigation of the conflicts of interest by SEC officials like Hinman. Only Congress has oversight on the SEC. Demand your lawmakers support an investigation.
So that's a great little like a little highlight informative video there by Crypto Law. But like, yeah, really, what is the SEC hiding? I mean, it's unreal the steps the SEC are taking and the distance they'll go to further suppress, further hide, overreach, overregulate, overpower the investors they're so-called set out to protect. They're hindering and stifling innovation within the U.S. and within the crypto space when it comes to regulatory clarity. This stuff has to stop. And I'm so glad we have people like John Deaton, Phelan, Jeremy Hogan, Blockchain Backer, all of the YouTubers out there that are, spreading the information, informing the community, banding us together. Like, I am so appreciative and grateful that we have, people like that within the XRP community and in the crypto community, because we have to stand up for what's right. We have to believe and have high conviction that we're on the right side of the law and we're on the right side of history. And we have to make sure that we stand up and make sure that we don't allow the SEC to just roll over us and overregulate the space. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if the SEC defeats Ripple in this case and they win, they're coming after everybody. And if you're out there and you have reservations against XRP or Ripple, just know that, hey, If the SEC wins, your favorite platform and your favorite project can be next on the list. This is a perfect image here by ProCoin News. This is the SEC, throwing everything they got at the crypto market. XRP is the one taking it. Yes, there's been other projects that had settled or had some sort of litigate or some sort of case or something with the SEC before, but like this is it. This is the case of all cases when it comes to the crypto market, especially. This is really going to set the standard. This is going to set precedent for the entire space. It is extremely massive that we stand up for what's right and support, Ripple's calls in every way that we possibly can. And education and awareness and supporting one another is the biggest thing that we can do. So with all the fear that's in the market, with all the FUD that's going on, even though we're way down, me personally, me and my wife continue to accumulate, knowing that we have high conviction on XRP and in the crypto space, continue to accumulate, hold strong, and carry through these hard times. I mean, we've been through, from 2017 till now, so we've been through a lot. So this isn't much for us. With all that being said, stay strong out there, be safe.